Okay, this is for Roger. Sorry about your bike. It's upside down. It had an accident. No, only kidding. I'm building it. Beefy mount. And a couple things I wanted to cover with you guys besides YouTube's better turn my comments section back on. I love hearing from the peanut gallery. I wanted to discuss with you guys a quandary. There we go. Your seatbelt's on. I don't know if you can see me. Hopefully you can see me. I had to get a longer neck muffler, and we're going to cover these exhaust gaskets. I got the welding outfit. That exhaust in this thing was a real pain in the ass. A guy called me from Kentucky. I've had this over the years. People call me, they're asking for kits. Just cheap kits. They want to build bikes and stuff like that. No bike is the same anymore. They produce a model for a couple of years or months or whatever. I mean, bicycle's not a bicycle, especially when you're doing something else with it. So, covering that, I had to use the longer neck muffler, and that's why all the torch apparatus is out here. I had to fit it. I also have a part of the frame I've got to modify, probably cut it, weld it, and aluminum like this, the structural aluminum, it's not too bad, but in the spot where it's at, it's a pain in the ass where I got to cut the bike and do what I got to do. Okay. Then we had, we're going to cover these exhaust gaskets, because this is what comes with the kit, and the muffler barely breathes. It's highly restricted. Not to mention these are thin as tissue paper. That's larger, and it's much beefier, and I get that from Matt. Matt, good deal, good gaskets. I always get the better parts from Matt that I need. If you guys think you're going to go into the business of selling these bicycles to people, I don't know who or what got you in that mind. I never knew I had the kind of money in these parts. We had a paint failure. The paint does not want to get along with the other paint, so Roger, there's a delay in your bike. I don't like the kickstand. If you want to pony up an extra 70 bucks, I bought a couple of those counterfeit parts on eBay. Vex me. I buy stuff year after year. I hit the same thing for the M-Wave kickstand from Forest Cycle Group, and I got counterfeit copies. eBay is famous for that shit. I'm hoping you guys can see me. I keep moving that. Keep your seatbelt on. I'm rough on a cam. I'm rough on everything I touch. So we've had a bunch of failures. If you're going to be a professional bike builder, you got to worry first of all about people getting hurt. So if you want to buy some Happy the Clown kit, that's on you. That's all fine. Uncle Dutch ain't like that. But I want Roger safe. I want to know I did my part in my heart every time. Okay, because I could hire the Chinese to build me bikes over there, probably buy them for $300-400 a pop and sell them over here for $600, $700, $800, $900, because other people are doing it. Fat Moto's one. The frames, like Michael got that kit bike and the frames break. I go through a different mythology, and I have a different method in my head. I don't want anybody hurt. I don't know what the hell that was. It sounds like I got a freight train in my backyard. I don't want anybody hurt. So, you not only have things like this that vex you, it's probably, like I said, why I keep smoking. I can't quit. Everybody, like I said, I got a bunch of diapers on my ass. You guys want to call me, like I said, like Brent, hey, I got a machine shop and this and that, and I'll figure my, you know what, you learn how to work with stuff. You know, I sell stuff, and this is why I basically sell an assembled bicycle, because that's what I sell. It's an assembled bike. It works. If you want a kit, you're going to have to adapt it. And you got to have all kinds of cutting tools, cutting apparatus, learn to shorten and lengthen bolts. You're going to buy a whole bunch of hardware. Inside that shop, I've got bins full of shit to put these bikes together, because it's not that simple. You buy a kit, you buy a $100 bike at Walmart. If you want to do that, do it. Uncle Dutch ain't doing it. I never will do something like that. I care more about the person that pays me money, okay, because some people are paid up and above. But hey, when they got the bike, it does it, or it develops a hiccup, something broke, I send them another one. Okay, that's part of the money deal. That's when you buy something from an American business. We'll either upgrade you, we'll make a deal, we'll meet you in the middle. I bend over backwards to get people's business. Building a piece of shit and selling it to you, that's not my business. All my motors are quality. I never get my engines back. And people don't give them up, because they try to rebuild them. They order parts, I guess, online, and they get it back online. And it's like, they call me and say, hey, it's nothing like it was. Yeah, well, it's nothing like it was because it's my parts. You know, People, I understand the economy's price driven. You folks out there, every one of you, the economy is price driven. Even it makes decisions at my house in my heart. But when it comes to something that I want to use daily, like a tool or something, I told you, don't buy that bag of dope. Okay, I cut down on smoking. I only smoke when I'm under, like I said, I'm under an enormous load. This is a new design. It's the first time I built one of these bikes, and it always racks on my nerves. Basically, I keep a stump in my lip, and it's hardly ever lit, but it does drive your nerves to the capacity where you really got to think about your next move when you're putting that bike together. And then is the next part, after the part you put on there, is it going to interfere with something else, or is it going to make it more difficult? Building a bike, you got to have a brain. First of all, you got to have it. You got to have some kind of mechanical background other than basic parts changer mentalities. And I get calls from tons of people like that. They were, oh, I was a mechanic at a garage. You were a frickin' parts changer. You're not a goddamn engineer. You're not an A&P off an aircraft carrier. You're not a flight wing engineer. You're not. You're another guy that's changed spark plugs and fools with motorcycles, and most of the parts are made to fit back together. And the better the part, the better it fits back together, and the better it works. Kind of like it is with my stuff. But you're not just going to interchange parts. You're not going to get another muffler for me, and it's just going to bolt right on. You're going to need some tools. You're going to need some brain power or somebody that has it to do the job. But what I sell, when it goes out of here, it works, and it usually stays together. I've had very few failures. That's why people brag me up, and people come looking for me locally. I want one of your bikes. A lot now people are saying, I don't give a shit what it costs. I want one of your bikes. I never thought I'd live to get to that stature, but I figured I would say that on YouTube, because people come here and they really tell me they're wholeheartedly caring, and they said, you know, Jesus, my neighbor has one of your bikes and he's had it for years, and he comes here when he needs parts, and can you build me one? What does it cost? Well, I'm in an advanced stage. This stuff costs, these bottles of gas, cutting things, paint. There's a lot that goes into the price of the bike, because what I sell you is presentable. It works. It holds up. Like I just told Roger, I'm not completely tickled with that kickstand. Not my fault. They sent me counterfeit parts. Now I got to pay again. I just expect the customer sometimes to meet me in the middle. Sometimes they will. Sometimes they'll argue with me. But I don't like the seat. But that's the thing when you get a build going. I give people a base price. You know, he might say, screw the seat now, just get the kickstand that works, that you like. So hopefully Roger's in that realm and in that mind of thinking. Or I'm going to get people that if you're going to call me, sometimes shit goes wrong. Custom shops go through it. Hey, listen, first plan, it was this price, it didn't work out. This is a custom shop, and that happens here. It happens not frequently, but it happens often enough that I'm attuned to telling people, listen, I spent your money, and it still ain't what I thought it was, because eBay continues to sell counterfeit parts. This, I cut the first kickstand, and it wasn't weldable. I actually cut it, and it's actually magnesium. That's the other thing is, this one that Forest Cycle Group sells, the M-Wave, that's all aluminum. It's Cantor aluminum, and that can be welded. This is magnesium. Magnesium, between magnesium and aluminum will bend before it snaps. Magnesium will snap. So there's a difference too. You have to have a little metallurgy skills, a little bit in your brain power. It's okay to have a magnesium wheel, but did you ever see what a tire machine can do with it when something goes south? It'll snap, or if you hit a curb. These are all things that it's a learning process, and not everything that when you're going out to your vendors. I get a lot of stuff I don't have to deal with the vendor directly. More times than not, they charge me more than when they put a bunch of the product on eBay, and I can buy the same product. That's how I got the weenie and the kickstand deal. I call it getting the weenie. You get the big, fat Democrat weenie. And Nancy Pelosi, I got a political message for you. Don't ever cross my path, because I ain't going to be nice to you. You communist little twinkle toad. I got to hold my breath. I've had enough of this Democrats. It's time Trump starts making some arrests and getting them out of there. They're communists. And this is not a communist country. This is my country. We're capitalist pigs. That's the only way there is to it. Okay? I don't want your communist bullshit. None of yous. And YouTube, please turn my comments back on. Guys, have a nice summer with rides, and I'm not afraid to take any orders. I've got this bike and another one. Roger, your bike is going a little rougher than usual because it's just a new design. It's something for me to work with. I've been out here 2 days with it, and then I had a firewood delivery, by the way. Don't look over there in my yard. They dropped raw tree trunks off. My buddy, I needed firewood. I called in an airstrike. It wasn't an airstrike I got. It was like rolling thunder in Vietnam. Boom! I heard the trailer and the dump truck. 2 of them pulled in, and it sounded like all hell was breaking loose in my backyard. I'm like, what the hell? Firewood's here. I looked out and what the hell? But anyway, I got a lot of it cut up, and then the log splitter took a poop. Guys, it's not just you that has problems. I have the same issues all you guys do. I have bills, things break. All I ask is that people meet me in the middle, and when something goes south, it goes south. You got to deal with it. Thanks for watching my videos, and buy a Harley B bike. Save your money. Those kits they're not worth what they're put together, and especially when you don't know what you're getting. It's Beer 30. I enjoy people. I enjoy you guys. I enjoy some of the comments. That's why I want YouTube to turn my comments back on. If I can't figure it out myself, I expect YouTube to do it for me. But some of this stuff, I told you, I got it for years and years and years. That's why this one is kind of like scarred up and all that, but I figured I'd show it to you. Because a lot of this is what you get with the kits. You don't get the premium stuff. You don't get the muffler that you can manipulate the neck and the fitting of the muffler. You just don't get the right parts. And that's why I preach and I make these videos, because you guys that think you're going to do this stuff at home, the guys that pull off an actual build, I'm really proud of those people. They like to, imitate me. But you're not going to do it with each and every bike, and you're not going to do it without boxes and boxes full of parts like I have to buy back there. I probably made Matt a very rich man. He's probably wearing diamond rings as big as horse turds on meat. They should have bought me a diamond ring. But you guys that do get a bike from me, you don't get a piece of crap. So thanks.